episode of the podcast here. It's your girl Morticia Sherman, the unapologetic therapist. I know, I don't give you enough time to prepare for the show. Because sometimes I generally tend to forget the days of the week. Because sometimes things happen and transpire on a Saturday or Sunday that needs my full attention. But by any chance, if you want to come aboard and be a part of this amazing team, I do and would love to have an assistant. I have assistants that I love dearly, but hey, when it comes to the podcast and the visual effects and the content and all that other stuff, hey, I can only do so much. I don't like to be a one woman show. I never have. I always tend to like to be behind the scenes on a lot of things. But again, hey, when you start out this business doing what you love and the time and constraints of the individuals that you meet with do require time because mental health is a thing. Mental health is a thing of value. Mental health is a thing of conversation. Mental health is who's carrying your flame for 2026. That's what we're talking about. So I'm not going to keep you long because I know we all are getting prepared for this Texas winter snap. We just hope that it's not another one of those snowvids, even though it's not COVID, but we want to make sure that we are prepared for this winter snap that's getting ready to come along Friday. Of course, with what's going on Friday, I do have to postpone the painting your trauma on a canvas for this Saturday. Look for an updated date. I may be pushing it for the first Saturday in February, but I'm really excited about this 2026 and carrying your flame for 2026. What are you manifesting for yourself this 2026? So, for those who don't know me and are just joining in, please like, share, and subscribe. I am all things mental health because I think everything in your life deals with everything dealing with mental health from the first thought that you make, from the time that you wake up in the morning to the last thought that you take whenever you lay down for bed at night. So, welcome to the space where healing is a ritual, only in the space of I want you to truly be yourself. Truth is a movement and legacy is alive. This for me is a soul disruptor. I'm all about disrupting, dismantling, and talking about these stigmas that are causing us to sit back and be idle or be passive aggressive with life. This podcast, of course, is very bold and is breaking and is very becoming. I am, of course, your host. If you have not met me before, my name is Morticia Sherman. I am a licensed professional counselor here in the great state of Texas. I also service Florida. I'm in the process of servicing Louisiana. I'm working on that, have a little bit more things to do. I am on all major medical platforms. That's all major insurance platforms. I am also on Medicare. So I'm very creative. I love art. I am a flame carrier. For every soul that is ready to rise. If you're ready to rise with me, let's go. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Today's episode, who's carrying your flame? Carry your flame for 2026. What are you manifesting? So, on this past Monday, I started my Monday manifesto where I take time on Monday to give you a word of encouragement and empowerment for Mondays for and it's called Monday Manifesto. So, what is this podcast and why are we here? This podcast, let's start with what this podcast is created for. It was created for you, the individuals. For those who don't know where to ask the questions and how to ask the questions and to whom to ask the questions about mental health illnesses. Again, we treat the illness, not the person. It's just the person that's carrying the illness, but we're treating the illness and not the person. Again, the illness, just the same as if you had a heart condition, if you had diabetes, if you had any type of medical ailment, the doctor is treating the illness. It's just your body is carrying the ailment. So, what are we actually doing at this time? Well, what we're doing at the time is we're calling things out in the mental health industry. When it comes to breaking stigma, what is a stigma? A stigma is something someone places you in and they keep you held bound to what that is. It's almost like a stereotype. If someone push you, stereotype you for your race, your creed, your color, your culture, the things that you do, because you like to jump rope. So if you like to jump rope, they put you in a stereotype of all people who like to jump rope. If it's a stigma, it is a barrier. It is something that's placed on top of you that keeps you down, below all of what you are. You are not a stigma person. I'm also into breaking generational behavior patterns. Just because your mom did it don't mean you have to do it. Just because your dad did it don't mean you have to do it. Listen to something positive. I've met many individuals whose parents were accountants and end up being accountants. I met many people who tend to be a doctor or a lawyer. But what I'm talking about, generational behavioral patterns, just because your parents are abusive don't mean you have to be abusive. Just because your mom accepted your dad fighting on them, or your dad accepted your mom talking to him in a degrading way, doesn't mean you as a man have to accept a woman doing the same thing to you. So this podcast is a healing home, a place where we tell the truth without shame. I have no shame. I'm not shameful about what I do, where I've been, my life story, anything about it. I don't mind sharing it because, again, when I had behavior patterns that needed to be broken, I brought those things about. A place where we can break stigma with softness and strategy. With softness, and when I mean softness, when I talk, is out of unconditional love. I have no condition. There's no judgment. There's no heaven or hell that I can place you in. And this is a judgment-free zone. And with strategies, we come up with tools to help you get to the place where you want to be. Maybe not the best version of what you used to be, but maybe even a better version of where you used to be. A place where we talk about things we've survived, the things we're still navigating, the things we're manifesting to exist. So what are you what are you trying to manifest? And I take that word try back, because I even do that with whenever I'm talking to individuals. I don't like the word try, because that means you're really not putting forth the effort to do the things that you want to do. So, what is it that you want to carry the flame in 2026? What are you wanting to manifest for you this 2026 year? Did you do your reflection for 25 and beyond, or the past? Did you do a reflection of that and seeing things that you know that you don't want to do anymore, that you don't want to see yourself walk down that same path anymore? Do you see yourself growing in certain areas in 2026? This podcast is not for entertainment. I'm not here to entertain you, even though I can say some jokingly things, even though I may think they're funny. You may not think that they're funny, but this is not for entertainment. This is not noise. This is not background chatter. I am talking about the serious mandate and the true conversation needed about mental health. And carry your flame for 2026. This is mental health medicine. This is mental health conversation. This is also a movement. This is also legacy work. I want you to be able to change the dynamics and the perspective of how you see things and think things in life when it comes to your mental health, creating a safe space for yourself, creating healthy boundaries, not just for the individuals that you create boundaries for, but also creating healthy boundaries for yourself. You can't give anybody a unhealthy boundary if you're not willing to stand to that yourself. Every episode is a flame, a spark, a reminder, a call to rise. And in 2026, we're not just lighting candles, we're carrying torches. We are carrying torches and saying, okay, I am not okay. I need someone to talk to. I don't need to talk to my parent. I need to talk to someone who is on neutral ground that is going to give me the truth and not sugarcoat anything for me. When I say give me the truth, I mean tell me what it is that I really need to do to continue to move forward in life. When why does this movement matter? Let's talk about why. And when does this movement matter? Why now? Why 2026? Why this movement? Because we are living in a season where people are exhausted from pretending. They're exhausted from pretending. They're exhausted from performing wellness instead of practicing it. Exhausted from carrying emotional debt that nobody taught them how to pay down. Have you been holding on, not just financial debt, but have you been holding on to emotional debt that you have not been taught how to properly and effectively regulate your emotions to where you are paying it down? 2026 is a threshold year, a year of reckoning, a year of remembering, a year of rebuilding. This is a year where people are asking deeper questions. Those questions. Have you ever been a part of the stigma and the generational conversation of get over it? You'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Don't nobody want to hear what you got to talk about. Well, why is 2026 becoming? It is becoming the time where we're having conversations, real talk, real conversations. What am I creating in this? I am creating a safe space for you to be able to come and have those conversations. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for those who you know they may need to hear this. Don't gatekeep. And that's the problem with what's going on with mental health out here. You only gatekeep until it hits or you see it on television and you see these actors and superstars and all of that go through that. And then you want to say, oh, no, I need you to say, oh, now, because you matter just the same. They're human, you're human. We're all human, we all bleed. They are entertainers on television, but you are the voice in the community. What am I manifesting? What are you manifesting? What deep questions are you trying to get across? What deep questions have not been answered for you that you want to know and find out how can you get past that funk or that hump or that lump in life that keeps you so compartmentalized and such in a disarray till you're not effectively processing your emotions. What am I willing to release so I can rise? What are you willing to release that you're ready to rise from? What are you carrying in flame for 2026? What are you manifesting? What do you want to see change in your life for this 2026 year? Stop holding on to the chatter in your head. Stop holding on to the chatter that people are telling you that you're okay when you know deep down inside you need to talk to someone that can help you get to the next level. This podcast is to meet you right where you are. That's why I'm here. I want to meet you right where you are, in the middle of where you're becoming, in the middle of your transitioning, in the middle of I'm not who I was, but I'm not yet who I am becoming. So many people are getting certifications to do certain things and whatnot. I commend you. I am excited that you're doing these things. But if you're going to do those things, make sure that they are part of the things that you're manifesting in your life, that you want to see change, that you want to see grow. This is a movement where the flame matters the most. So, the heart, the mission, the flame of why we do what we do. Not just let this get into your mind. I want you to now get it into the why, when, where, who, what, and how of how you want to manifest the things. Why do I do what I do? Because I see things that others may have not, won't ever see. I have over 12 plus years in this industry. I have worked anywhere from the clinical aspect, the hospital aspect. I was also a court liaison, a patient advocate. I am now your advocate. I am now your therapist here on Wednesdays for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. You have free reign to ask me questions. If I'm not able to ask those questions on this streaming, I will also be able to answer these questions on my website. As well as on my website, I have a chat line. You can also reach me on the phone number at the office by email. Send us an email. You can even call or leave us a text message. I want to see you in the best version of yourself. Why does this podcast exist? I tell you over and over again, for you. This podcast exists for you. I am not here to entertain you. I'm not here to sit up here and play judgment, judge, jury, or anything. I'm not here to even be the noise that's out here that's helping other people think that stigma is okay, generational behavior patterns are okay. I am not the background of chatter for life. I'm here to give you, the audience, the listener, all of you who are tuning in, the information that you otherwise, if you're not already seeing a therapist or seeing a psychiatrist or a social worker, for those who are not, you just may need that extra push through the week. You just may need that extra voice to help you make an adequate decision, an effective decision, something that's going to help you in the long run. So, because healing is not a solo sport, because community is medication, because silence has never saved us, because stigma has stolen many stories, too many lives, and too many legacies, that is why this podcast exists. We exist because we want to break the barrier on stigma. We want to get stories back there out there being told. When I first wrote my book, Unconditional Love, One Woman's Journey to Spiritual Freedom, the reason why I wrote that book, because I said that everyone has a story, but is everyone willing to tell that story? Well, now stories need to be told in the community. Lives need to be saved in the community. Legacies need to be rewritten. Rewrite the narrative of your story on life. Rewrite how you want to see your flame being carried this 2026. What is your manifestation? What are you wanting to manifest in your 2026 year? We do not do this because people need a place to land. We do this because we want you to land safely. We do this because people need a safe space. They need a true place to really feel themselves and not feel judged, a place to breathe, a place to be human without apology. You know, I say that I'm the unapologetic therapist. It's a lot of people out here claiming to be unapologetic. That's for you. That's how you claim. That is what you're claiming to be unapologetic. But in your apologies, in being unapologetic, are you being truthful? Are you saying the truth as it's needed out of love? Or are you saying it in truthful needed out of, mm, I just need to be saying what I said? You know, and we used to say that. I got to get this off my chest. I got to say what I got to say. I got to do. Do you really? Are you really checking where that's coming from? Are you really coming from a safe space for somebody? Are you really giving them the true love of your heart? I also have sessions with some on the basis of biblical. And I am one of a disruptor when it comes to scriptural, when someone tells me a scripture. And that scripture can come from an understanding of where they came from, but I'll tell you in a minute when you tell me a scripture, just like the word Jeremiah 29:11, where he says, I know the plans that I have for you. Well, carrying the flame for 2026 is a plan. What are you manifesting is a plan. Ask what it is that you're to be doing this 2026 year. If it has not worked in 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, if you were born in 1990, whatever, and the things that you've learned and the things that you've grown from has not manifest a positive outcome in your life, were you really being the student, or is it time for you to be the teacher? That's where I'm on right now. We do this because trauma doesn't disappear when we ignore it. Not at all. It shapes. It shapes and shifts. It hides our habits. It whispers in our relationships. It shows up in our bodies. Do you not know how trauma shows up so much in your body? Traumatic things show up in your body. You get tensed. You start having heart palpitation. You can end up having an ulcer. You can have migraines. You can just different things. Stress causes so many body ailments within us, and we pay no attention. And it could come from something traumatic that you experience. We do this because healing is not just personal, not for us. It's generational, it's cultural, and it's communal. It really is. And this podcast exists just because that. We do this because someone has to carry the flame. We don't mind. I don't mind someone coming at me because I'll say it all the time. You come at me, I will arrive. And when I arrive, I'm coming out of love and an understanding that what you say to me, I'm not moved nor slighted by what you say, because I've learned through life experience not to take things personal. And I've become very impeccable with my words. And I know not to take offense to what someone says to me, says about me, or does to me, because it's not towards me. It's their response to maybe a traumatic situation that happened to them that they don't know how to express freely. Someone has to hold a light when others can't see their way forward. I am a beacon of light. I am hope. I am a hope dealer. I am a disruptor. I am a soulful disruptor. Someone has to say, you are not alone, and you're not. You are not broken. And if you are feeling broken, let me tell you about the best part about being broken. I consider us as mosaic pieces. When glass breaks and it shatters all over the place, when you can put it back together, it makes such a beautiful art piece. Are you masterpiece? Are you a masterpiece? Are you masterful? Are you mosaic? Are you a lovely show of art before others? Are you becoming? What are you becoming? What are you becoming? Have you challenged those generational behaviors? And for some, it is us, and for others, it is all of us together. The space where we're building. This podcast, again, is not for entertainment. Do not take us as we are here just to tickle your ears or appease you or to say something to make you laugh. Yeah, we may. But on a lighter note, we're here to light your flame. We're here to help you carry the flame of 2026 and manifest those things that you want to see. Let's talk about where. Where does this podcast live? Where does this podcast breathe? Where does this movement go? It lives in your car on the way to work. Yeah, we are. And we still are working on getting this on Spotify where you can listen, and Apple, as well as other um, subsidiaries or streaming where you can hear it and not just always have to see us live and in person. It lives in your kitchen while you're cooking. Share some dishes. You know what? I'm juicing right now. Me and my love, we're juicing right now. And we are really enjoying the juicing. We just want some more juicing ideas. We've been looking up, going on Pinterest and whatnot. I love sharing ideas. I love helping other people meet their manifestation goals. Um, it lives in your headphones during a morning walk. Yes, that morning walk is always a great walk. It's a time to get yourself together, get that fresh air in, and get the fresh walks in. It lives in your journal when you write down the things you've been scared to say out loud. Journaling. If you have not journaled before, work on that for 2026. Journaling is a great excerpt to what you're dealing with daily. And I hope and pray that you're not dealing with trauma every day. But more importantly, this podcast lives in a space between you and where you're becoming. It lives in the quiet moment where you finally tell yourself the truth. Being truthful to yourself and being honest with yourself is way better than someone else being honest with you. When you can tell yourself the truth, that's what really matters the most. It lives in brave moments where you choose yourself. Do you choose yourself every day? I do. Every day I choose myself. Every day before my feet hit the ground, I choose myself. I choose me. I do. Why? Because I know that I'm chosen first. I am a chosen. I am chosen because it says many are called and few are chosen. I'm chosen. I'm not just called to this, I'm chosen for this. And I take upon this assignment and I don't take it lightly. So it lives in that scared moment where you decide to heal. Are you ready for 2026 to heal? Or do you just want to still hold on to those burning blankets of your past that keep saying, hey, you know, I just want to be here? No, those blankets are burning for a reason. Let them go. Let them set ablaze. I talk about that in my book. I talk about holding on to things when those things are saying, let me go. I talk about the thing of the skeletons in the closet. Those skeletons in your closet that keep saying, hey, I need a proper burial. You keep holding on to me. That stench that you keep smelling, that keeps saying, hey, let me go, bury me properly, give me a name, title me, name me, let me go on so you can live. A lot of skeletons in our closet don't want to keep going with us from year to year. It's saying, let me go, let me be. But again, because you consider that as a safe space, you don't want to let it go, you're not ready for healing, I'm not going to blame you for that. Like I said, this is a judgment free, but I'm saying these things unconditionally out of love for you to say, hey, I love you so much, so I want to see you heal. I love you so much, I want to see you let those things go and take them as a learned lesson. You were a student, now you're the teacher. Let's move. This podcast is not just a place you listen to, it's a place you enter, it's a place you return to, it's a place you grow inside. When it comes to your mental health, it's internal, then it becomes external. Because what you feel on the inside comes out on the outside. I don't care how much you cover it up. I don't care how much you put makeup on, how much hair you put on, how much you cut your hair to a bald fade. I don't care about the locks that you get in. I don't care about the external. I care about the internal. Because when the internal feels good, the external looks amazing. It looks truly amazing when the internal feels good, when the internal looks good from the inside working its way out. You have to work with the inside. You can, and that statement, and I laugh about that. And like I said, this is not entertainment. I heard two different statements that made me laugh. One of them is, I don't care how much you dress a pig, that pig is still a pig. I don't care how much you put a steak on a trash can lid, it's still a trash can lid. So when we talk about your internal, I'm talking about your mental health, your physical, what you're putting in your body, what you're putting in your mind, what are you saying out of your mouth, what is going inside of your ears, what is rolling inside of that brain of yours that's causing you to make decisions that are affecting you externally. So, how we heal, how we manifest, how we carry our flame for this 2026. Let's talk about the how. We've already gone through the what, we've already touched on the when, we've touched on the where, we've touched on the why. So now we're going to touch on the how. How do we do this work? How do we heal? How do we manifest? How do we carry the flame for 2026? We do that through truth, through reflection, through ritual, and I'm talking about good rituals. I'm not talking about those type of rituals where you're it becomes a cult. I'm not talking about cult rituals. I'm talking about some true rituals, those walks, those journaling, those listening to good things inside of your ear, manifestation verbiage, affirmation words, things that you want to see in your life for 2026, things that you want to see before your visual so it can get inside of your mental this 2026. How to through through movement, through community, and through courage. We do it by asking better questions. I, your mental health therapist, your licensed professional counselor, I will ask those questions. What am I holding on to that no longer belongs to me, that no longer services you? What are you holding on to that no longer belong to you? Is it an old relationship? Is her phone number still that important? Is his phone number still important? That statement there at X for a reason still holds true. They're X for a reason. The relationship may have not just been that for a relationship for you. It can be business, personal, financial, all of that. Reflect on that and find out what it is that you can take into your next relationship and know not to do again. Those are the things. What are you avoiding that needs your attention? What is going on internally that needs your attention that you've been avoiding? What am I manifesting that requires my participation? Don't just say that you're doing something, but don't participate. Now, you know, I've been and have been and was on that tangent about the vision boards, and so be it for some. That's for you. That was just my opinion. I'm not passing judgment on it. I just ask that you get the true reason and the true nature behind why you're doing that vision board. And don't just put pictures on there that you know for a fact. And what I mean by fact, if your mindset and your money is not there, not to say that it can't happen, but you got to start in discipline somewhere. I say this over and over again because I remember my pastor used to say it. How do you have a Pinto and you want a limo, but you can't handle the maintenance on the Pinto? How will you be able to manifest or make sure the maintenance on that limo is good? Not to say you can't have these things, but you have to be able to know the truth in doing that. What do we do by choosing one small act of alignment every day? What does it do? One boundary, one breath, one moment of honesty, one step towards life that keeps you saying you want this. I break this down for people. Desire. For those who are believers, you hear God gives you the desires of your heart. Then you hear God supplies your needs. Then you hear God knows what you want. Those are three different things. Three: desire, need, and want. What do you desire in your flame for 2026? What are you desiring to manifest for you this 2026? What do you need to help in your desire to carry the flame of 2026? What do you need to help you to manifest the things that you want to see happen in your life for 2026? Then, lastly, the want will always come. Get your desire and your need in order, the want will be there. My desire 2026 is to partner, collaborate, and be with people who are like minded when it comes to creating a therapeutic escape space for individuals. May it be through massages, may it be through play therapy, um, paint therapy, aquatics therapy. I want to be able to connect and work with individuals and be able to give people that safe space when it comes to working on the internal side so they can see the external look a whole lot better. That's my desire. My need is I need unapologetic people. I don't have time to play. This is not a game for me. I don't have time to connect with people only to, and I'm going to say this unapologetically, only to hoorah your dream and your vision. And you look at me like, thank you. You did your part. I don't need nothing else from you. Because really, I'm not doing it expecting anything from you except for respect and camaraderie. I'm not in competition with you. I will never be in competition with nobody because I'm in my own lane where God has placed me. But on a lighter note, I am not, and I do not want to ever collaborate and connect with anyone who you're only seeing one side of the story. I want to bring to my audience and the people that I work with the unapologetic, unconditional part of we're healing internally so people can see the manifestation externally. Take it how you want it. That's the unapologetic side of me. If you want somebody to sugarcoat and hand it to you so softly, I'm not doing that. But I would love to collaborate, partner with, connect with individuals who truly want to see people healed, who truly want to see people heal from the inside out. Manifestation is not magic. It is maintenance daily. It is movement daily. It is a change of a mindset daily. It is mastery. Have you mastered the craft that you hone in on? Have you mastered the carrying of your flame, your torch for 2026? Because you should still have fire from 2025. Let me help you continue that flame of burning. Let me help you see the manifestation of you for 2026. And carry the flame means, when I say carrying the flame, you do not let your light go out because life gets heavy. You do not let your light go out because life gets taskful. You do not let the flame of your life go out because of the naysayers and those who don't see the work that you're doing. You protect it, you nurture it, you pass it on. That's what you do. You do all of those. Now, the theme for 2026, carry the flame, what you manifest. Let's bring this home. Because, like I said, I'm not going to keep you for a full hour. 2026 is a year of carrying the flame, not just lighting it, not just admiring it, carrying it. You carry the flame. You're carrying the flame. You're carrying the torch. This is the year you stop shrinking. This is the year to stop apologizing for the things that you're doing in your craft. Stop devaluing your craft. Stop devaluing yourself. Stop apologizing for who you are and whose you are. As long as you are doing the right thing by people, stop expecting people to give you what they can't give themselves. Give it to you, and the people that are the right people for you will come along. I know that for a fact. When I do what I do, I don't do it in return for a person to give me back. I do it because I know it's going to come back to me. It may not come back by that person. The year you stop ignoring or acknowledging, stop negotiating. That it is. The year you need to stop negotiating your own brilliance. Stop it. Stop. Stop apologizing for your brilliance. Stop negotiating your brilliance. Stop shrinking your brilliance. Internal. Because when you stop and you know your value and you know your brilliance and you let it manifest on your inside, it'll come out outside. Internal, external. This is the year you manifest with intentions, with clarity, with courage, with community. Don't just come up with a word for the year and not utilize it. I remember this year I was going to use the word, what is it? What is, I'll let you know if I come across it. But so I'll ask you in closing, you directly. What are you manifesting in 2026? Not what you hope for, not what you wish for. What are you claiming? What are you creating? What are you carrying in your flame? Because your flame matters. Your story matters. Your healing matters. Your legacy matters. So here's my call to action for you before I close. I want you to take one action today. Just one. Just one. Write down one big thing you're manifesting in 2026. Say it out loud, claim it, honor it, and if you're ready, share it with me. Bring it to me. Let me stand in agreement with you. Let me help you process that internally so we can see it externally. I want to see you win. I want to see you win. Winners, 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 winners. Tag it in my podcast. If you watch the replay, send it in a message to me. You see my information. Drop it in a comment after the podcast. Join the movement. Come join it with me. Let's be winners together, because healing is communal. Manifestation is contagious, and your flame is needed. My office space here that I have of Kirkendall in spring is my manifesto. It is just the baby of my manifesto. My circle, my people already know my vision. They already know what I'm manifesting, and I've been seeing it. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you to everyone who joins me live every Wednesday. Thank you for joining me on Mondays for Monday Manifesto. Thank you for watching my podcast. Thank you for watching me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Continue to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. And then here we go. I have to say this as we exit for tonight. You've just experienced another moment of truth inside the Soulful Disruptor. Carry the flame into your next week, your relationship, your ritual, your becoming. Until next time, stay rooted, stay radiant, keep coloring the world stigma free. Because I love that statement. A broken crayon still colors. And if you know better, you do better, you respond differently. And don't forget, this weekend, stay warm, because we're supposed to get another winter thing that's going on. You know, sometimes they say that in Houston, it say it's going to get cold, it can be hot. But I have postponed the Painting Your Trauma with the Canvas art event for a later date. Be on the lookout for that. We are still having our For the Love of Basketball and Mental Health in February. Teams to sign up is $75. You can still contact me for that information. We are looking for partners, sponsors. Come get in the community with me. Come get in the trenches with me. Come, let's do the things that we know that our Black and Brown community needs to see. And as long as they don't see community, they don't know what community is. I love you to life. This is your girl, Morticia Sherman, saying, have a great, great week, and carry the flame and know what you want to manifest for you this 2026 year. Have a good evening.